Yahoy. Yahoy. Hi, hi. Hi, hi. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. Hope everyone's doing well. Yahoy. Hope everyone's got their coffee face, their teas, the beverage of choice, and is ready for a nice little comfy time. Nice little comfy time. Seon! What's up? How you doing? How you living? Hope you're doing well today. I hope things with the baby are gonna be a little bit more relaxed. A little bit more, smooth sailing today. For your sake. But how are you? How's your morning? I really want to like remake the intros and outros. Like, do them myself. Do like a cover of them. Because I really like these songs. And then there's the realization that I don't speak Japanese. But I could find like the English translations and do like, that version of it. I feel you there, Seon. That's life. It comes, it goes. It'll get better. It'll get worse. What matters is having a good support system. And having solid, dependable people around. You could help with what, Sue? Translating it? I have the lyrics. I just have to go to the site and find the songs again. But thank you. You're gonna sing Japanese? Hey yo? So I think something wrong to my friend. I don't know. That's fair. That's fair. That sucks though. What's up, Ren? Yahoy. Yahoy. Welcome in. Well, Seon, hopefully you'll be able to let go of those troubles for a little bit while you're here. And, relax. And get ready to. Get to feel cozy and relaxed. And drop that burden for just a little bit. And well, got a coffee? Yeah, nice. I have, it's gotten cold. I made a silly meme, and it was just a little bit late. Just a little bit late, I think. I might have been on time, actually. But, I tried to speedily make a meme, and it didn't work. So I was like, you know what? We're changing it. We're changing it. It's on Blue Sky. It's not great, but I'm learning. I'm learning to do the memes. Is this social media? But I'm happy you have a coffee. That's wonderful. Also, it's late for you, so like, don't have too many, or do. It's your life. I respect how you live it. I think your voice is so soothing. I'm gonna just cry. Mm-hmm. Hopefully it'll help cheer you up. We're gonna search for sci-fi stories. Is Decaf smart? Smart person. There you go. Yeah. We'll just kind of go as they come. I might, just out of habit, I'm so used to looking this way and talking like into this specific mic. So I need to like, I didn't spend enough time getting everything set up properly. So I'll try to readjust some stuff. I rely on a soda bottle to hold down this mic right here. Oh, you'd hope I am smart if I study science. Listen, I'm very, very close and dear, special friends with the science girl. You're smart. If you study science, you're smart, to at least in some way. Despite what sometimes is said. Yeah, you're smart. You can be both. It's fair. Silly little lady. Smart and incredibly dumb as well. Well, person I'm talking about, not dumb at all. But she's just a little silly sometimes. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm here. I'm here to put her in a place which is generally elevated. That sounds accurate. Anyway, this story is titled "First Attempt at Writing Sci-Fi." Let's see how long it is. Okay, it's not too long. This is my first foray into writing sci-fi. This is the opening scene of a short story idea I have. If feedback would be greatly appreciated. Sorry if this type of writing isn't allowed since it's not a full story. Oh no. We're already started. We're gonna go with it. Eric sat in the cramped cockpit of his starfighter as he continued his patrol pattern. A white light blinked on his console, indicating a low priority message. Eric flicked the switch, and a video of a young woman popped up on the screen. His beautiful cat was there, smiling like she didn't have a care in the world. In her arms was their son, Antonio. He slept with his head curled up against her chest. Hey, spaceman. I miss you. Happy birthday. I hope you get this message before your birthday is this time. And I can't wait to see you. Only 3 more weeks before your rotation ends and you get to come. The message was cut off abruptly. This far from Earth, he was surprised that he got as much as he did. The message was over 2 weeks late. Eric was on his last patrol past Pluto. In 3 hours, he would officially be on leave for the next 2 months. In 18 hours, he would be on a transport ship, heading home. There was a white flash, so distant it looked like a speck of white lint on the black sheet. Then, another, and another. Soon, hundreds of white flashes were blinking on and off. Eric knew what they were. It was an Arcan battle fleet dropping from warp. EDF-1 to Pluto Station Bravo. I've got warp flashes lighting up the night out there. We're under attack. Activate the defenses. Eric spoke calmly, relaying the orders back to the base. At 28 years old, he was the youngest base commander of the Earth Defense Forces fleet. Of course, he was also the most highly decorated base commander as well. As the distant spots of light continued to blink in and out, Eric called to his squadron, telling them to form up on him. And glancing at his computer, Eric saw the enemy count had crossed 10,000. At that point, the computer would no longer determine individual ships. 2 Reaper-class destroyers dropped out of warp from behind him. Immediately, 10 identical ships launched from each deck, his squadron forming up behind them. Alright, Wraith Squadron, we've got a battle fleet at least 10,000 strong out there. Perimeter mines will be coming online in 3, 2, 1. Bright red flares into the night indicated the activation of the 40,000 perimeter mines that were scattered across this particular region of space. There we go. Now, these Reapers are going to launch nanite swarms. Those little bastards are programmed to eat up the alloys that the Arcan use in their battleships. It's not going to leave much left for us to play with, but I still expect a minimum of 100 kills each. Groans and complaints poured from the speakers as the squadron complained about the high kill limit their captain had placed on today's flight. Cannon, Wraith Squadron. At his command, the voices were silenced. There's not a man here who hasn't single-handedly destroyed at least 50 ships. Those Arcan ships are garbage. And we all know it. It takes a dozen ships, 10 minutes of sustained firepower to even begin to threaten our shields. I don't know why the Arcan have decided to break the treaty after 50 years, but I'm damn sure going to make them regret it. Eric's squadron saw the 2 Reaper-class ships destroy the nanites, which looked like a sea of fog poured out of the vents along the ship's hull. The swarm hung in the void of space until both ships, along with Eric's squadron, were completely obscured from view. On Eric's command, the Reapers engaged their magnetic pulse cannons, each pulse launching the nanites towards the enemy at nearly the speed of sound. With the mines activated and the nanite swarm hurling towards the enemy, Echo's squadron waited for the order from the commander. Commander, the mines are offline. I repeat, the mines are offline. The Pluto-based defense officer screamed into his ear. He was cut off by the panicked voice of the captain of one of the Reaper ships. Sir, the nanites have no effect on the Arcane warships. They've changed the configuration of their hulls to match ours. The nanites are ignoring them. The blood drained from Eric's face as he watched the Arcane fleet fly through the nanite cloud unaffected. Captains, reprogram your nanites to eat all possible alloys. Eric's voice rang hollow in his own ears. The nanites would no longer distinguish friend from foe. All metallic objects would be destroyed. Wraith Squadron, break formation and retreat. Reapers, you have 2 minutes to drain your reservoirs of nanites. Make them count. The nanite swarm was one hive mind, always active, always communicating. If the order was given to one nanite, it would replicate to the others. Any nanites left in the Reapers when they were reprogrammed would destroy their own ships. Reaper 1 jettisoned its nanite tanks with seconds to spare. It blinked out of existence seconds before the command to reprogram was sent out. Reaper 2 wasn't so lucky. One tank full of nanites refused to detach. Knowing if they warped out, they might bring the cannibal nanites with them, they stayed behind. Knowing it meant their death. Eric watched as Reaper 2 exploded in a short-lived fireball as the nanites rapidly ate through the engine's shielding. As he retreated, piloting his fighter back towards Pluto base, he saw the fireballs begin to erupt from the disabled mines as the nanites ate through the holes, triggering the self-destruct subroutines hardwired into each mine. With luck, the Arcane fleet would be in the middle of the minefield, surrounded on all sides by the vicious nanites. He hoped that the Arcane fleet would be destroyed, but in his heart, he knew it wouldn't be. This was war. Oh, I liked it. For their first attempt, definitely good. It's pretty nice. Hopefully the mic wasn't peaking with the yelling, sorry. It's not exactly ASMR, but nah. Yeah. Agreed. Yeah. Yeah. So I had a question. It was something I was considering doing last night. I may just keep it to the server because I do want this to be a primarily ASMR channel. But been playing Monster Hunter. I made a Monster Hunter version of this little guy and a squad. So I didn't know if that would be a stream that you guys would be interested in seeing. It would kind of be random. There wouldn't be a scheduled time for it. And it would likely be at nights. I'm also considering just keeping it into the Discord server and just streaming it there. That's what I ended up doing last night. Just kind of playing it there and yeah. Yeah. Give me your thoughts or don't. Either way. I do want to keep this primarily ASMR channel though, but since we did Final Fantasy on Friday, and probably will most Fridays. I didn't know if it was a good idea. If there's any tags that you want me to search for within the subreddit, please just throw them in chat. And we'll move away from sci-fi if there's any suggested things. We have another one titled My Short Sci-Fi Story. Okay. Prologue. Deep in the woods of the Slandfall Forest lies a huge castle. Legend has it that a ghost built... Oh no, there's already typos. Legend has it, the ghost built before any humans arrived because of the magical aura surrounding it. People go for healing and pleasure. The economy is one of the best in the modern continent of Fluengarf. But the war struck Fluengarf, plunging it straight into a conflict it had no intention of being in, thus putting the world into a 17-year war. Chapter 1. Lessians? Is it supposed to be lessons or legions? I don't know. Oh no. No, Jay. Like this. Grip the blade like this. I'm sorry, Father. I'm trying my hardest. Your hardest isn't your best, son. If you're to survive in this world, you need to get it grasped quickly. The younger you are, the more you retain. Yes, Father. I will practice more intensely. I'm not going to be around forever, you know. I want you to be successful. Or at least better off than I am. Now, get ready for supper. Jay strolls into the small cottage his family lives in. Oh, Jay, be a dear and grab those plates from the counter. Yes, Mother. Jay gingerly slides the plates off the counter, almost dropping them. Oh, Jay, I know you're a wee lad, but come on now. They're only plates. I'm sorry, Mother. Jay slides the plates to their respective places on the dining tables. Jay's older brother, Travis, enters the room. Oh, Travis, so nice of you to join us. Finally done messing around with that bar wench, Jay's mother says. You'd like to know, wouldn't you, Ma? Travis replies before taking a seat. Is the food ready, my dear? Deer spelled as in the animal. Jay's father yells from outside the cottage. Hey, Harold, come in before the boys get seconds, Jay's mother replies. You know, Alan, these boys may be as dumb as bricks, but they know not to fiddle with a man's food, Harold replies. Suddenly a commotion is heard from outside. Harold, without saying a word, stands up and grabs a longsword placed by the front door. If anyone knocks that isn't me, do not open this door. Alan nods and locks the door behind him. Okay, boys, let's go. Jay. Harold walks towards the commotion and stops suddenly. Jay, you shouldn't have followed me. You're always saying I need to grow up. I want to come with you. I promise I won't get in the way. Harold sighs before pointing his blade forward and motions for Jay to come along. The two walk past an old building where they see a town guard on the dirty ground with an arrow lodged into his chest. A woman screams for help before noticing the pair. Please help this dying man, the woman screams. Harold hands the blade to Jay before running over to the wounded guard. What's happened to you? Harold questions. The guard grabs Harold by the collar. They're coming. They're attacking us. You must warn the Lord. Calm down, wee boy. Who's coming? Harold asks. With a terrifying look, the man replies. Sub-tourists. Jay notices his father's eyes widen. Jay, Harold says with a chilling tone Jay's never heard from his father before. Go inside and tell your mother to never open the door. Harold stood up and walked away, never to be seen again. Oh no. How is this sci-fi? How is that sci-fi? What did I just read? It just seemed like a poorly written fantasy without. You know what? I'm not gonna bring that energy here. It meant something to them, and they tried, and that's what matters. That's what matters, right? I'm not gonna be judgy. My writing's not great, so I literally have no place to stand on. So we'll move on to the next one, or maybe we will see if we can. We'll go by the top. I think that's probably the thing. I don't write. Yep, same here. I'm not much of a writer. The only thing I ever write is like ASMR scripts, and it's been a while since I've done that. The ones that I've been doing for Ko-Fi and YouTube have been ones that are like, you know, permissions and stuff. Ones that you just make sure you credit them, and or whatever else they ask for, and that's generally enough. Yesterday's was nice. I had fun with it. It's pretty cool. I think I need to readjust my calibration really quick, because it just wants to have me. My eyes closed. There we go. That's a little bit better, I think. Wish the mouth would move a bit more. Don't know why it doesn't work. Oh well, that's fine. Unless it's long essays about my experiments. Ayo. Sounds pretty cool. Sounds pretty poggers. That's one thing I love. And like, just in general, but like especially in a partner. Like, I value intelligence and knowledge because I don't possess much of it myself. So it's always nice to like be with somebody or just be around somebody that knows significantly more than you, because like it rubs off. I get to learn a little bit, and that's nice. I like that. Like genetically modified plants. Nice. I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. That sounds cool. I know Sue here has done some. I don't know a whole lot, but some pretty cool things. Pretty cool things. She's published. She's a published scientist. And what a good little scientist she is. Wow. Oh, wow. I'm very proud of you, lady. You do good. You do really good. And you have so much to be proud of. And if you won't be proud, I'll be proud for you. Yeah, how about your intelligence? My partner is a biomedical engineer. Ayo. Nice. I feel bad for the person that gets me. I'm good for his coffee and cooking like mediocre food, but I am great emotional support. I can accept that. I know that about myself, and I'm confident in that. I've got you all day emotionally. Hopefully it'll be enough. Yeah. Ugh. This one is titled "Kidnapping." I don't know what this means, but a little message from the author. My take on the most popular HFY sci-fi trope. What is it like high fantasy something? Say one shot. Okay, let's go. And it doesn't appear to be too long, so that's great. Give me 1 second, let me. I somehow end up surrounded by the most intelligent and talented women. And they like to spend time with me, which is very pleasant, which is unexpected and very nice. Yesterday was spent with Sue Wu here. And after stream today is going to be spent with my little artist companion. Maybe you've seen her here, Eloise. We're doing, I think we're going to do art. She's going to do art. I'm going to do music. And we're just going to hang out and, yeah, do that fun stuff. That sounds cool. How did you get to research? Because honestly, I feel a bit clueless. Shine, Sue. Shine. Shine for me. Because you're a great person. I'm adequate. I'm okay. Meh. This is your time. Talk about yourself, lady. Talk about your greatness. I'm gonna read. Okay. Robert woke bleary-eyed in an unfamiliar place. His head hurt like hell and his body was sore all over despite having hardly stirred. Where? What? Light from above, painfully wide and stabbing his frontal lobes through his eyes. He shut them quickly as he could to spare himself the agony and rolled onto his side away from the glare. The next sensation to impart itself on his groggy brain was the texture of tiles. It must have been on the floor. He must have been on the floor of a tiled room. After what was both a lifetime and only a few minutes, Robert forced himself to sit up and look around. His body protested every movement. It felt like he had been trampled half to death. All that changed as he took in the room. His heart jumped into his chest and adrenaline surged, washing away some of the fog from his deep sleep. The room was both familiar and strange. White tiled floor and walls, large white metal boxes with buttons and dials, a cabinet high up with no obvious way to access it. Some sort of bin in the corner, single light source from above, heavily tinted observation window, a closed door. He had been taken. Robert deep down knew aliens were real, but why him? Why now? Give me a second. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Okay. Deep breaths. He thought back to the last thing he could remember. Maybe that would help. But his abused brain would not cooperate, and he drew a blank. Maybe not yet calm enough. Friends. After work drinks with friends. The sense of elation died before it could be fully realized. If he had a few drinks, then his guard would have been down. Easy pickings for an extraterrestrial kidnapper. As his predicament settled on his mind, Robert at least had the optimism to appreciate he wasn't shackled in any way. After a quick check, to be sure of course. So sweet, Sue. So sweet, Sue. Robert had planned for this kind of situation in his mind, but it couldn't compare to the real thing. Who had taken him? What did they want? It was a lot more terrifying than he could have ever imagined. After some more immeasurable time sitting on the floor, he decided to explore his cage a little. Maybe prepare himself for his first contact, get some insight into his captor's minds. But he realized his mistake as he stood. His stomach rebelled instantly, spraying hot chunks of vomit all over the white metal box controls. He must still be drugged from when he was taken. So much for hoping for a dignified first meeting. Oh my. Wow. That's wild. Thank you very much. Nyahoy. My name is Tofukuchi. Welcome to the ASMR Cafe. I love double eggs, by the way. If that's your theme, wonderful. We're doing some story reading, and this is the this is the ASMR Cafe. So get your coffee or a tea, any beverage of your choice, and sit back, relax, get cozy. We're currently just started a sci-fi story. They're all short stories. Yeah. You want food? Get food. We're here to crime? Lovely. Also, I just want to point out that this is a say-so stream. We try to keep things cozy and nice. Oh, you guys are so sweet, man. I'm gonna read. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. Robert managed to straighten up, and the next pressing matter made itself known to him. He had to pee. Rather badly, actually. How had he not noticed this before? Right. He had been drugged. Unfortunately, nothing in the room so much as resembled a toilet. Maybe the white box he had just puked all over was one of some sort, but his still squeezy stomach wouldn't dare let him check. His eyes found a train in the corner of the room, and his answer became clear. Right. Now I'm a prisoner. No dignity allowed. As his body relaxed into the relief of release, Robert's eyes automatically drifted to the nearest object, the bin in the corner. It was full of rags of cloth. Had his unknown captors provided him with bedding materials? Was he expected to build a nest? Did they even know he was a sapient? Business completed. He decided to investigate further. It was cloth, but not rags like he had first thought, but clothes. Actual human clothes. There was no rhyme or reason to what they had provided him with, and most of it seemed dirty, but he was in no position to complain. Any pieces of home he was allowed was a welcome distraction from his predicament. He knew in the rational part of his mind that any links to home would become important to him as time went by. Another idea occurred to Robert. His own clothes were crumpled and splattered with his vomit, but that wasn't important as he dove his hands into every pocket he had, looking for keys, wallet, phone, anything. We do talk here, but with the stories being generally shorter in nature, I'll try to make it through the story so everything's like compact and we have that cozy moment together. And then we chat a little bit after the stories. We pop back and forth sometimes, little triggers here and there. But it is very much dialogue heavy and reading heavy. No such luck, of course. That would have been too convenient. Still, it was worth a try. The wall cabinet he left alone. It was probably quite sturdy for all he knew, but without any visible support struts, he didn't dare to try to pry it open. The observation window, on the other hand, was not what he had first assumed. It wasn't tinted as he thought, but actually clear with some sort of heavy-duty shutter closed on the other side. Window, perhaps. But that made no sense. Why would they give him a room with a view if he was their prisoner? Was he on a spaceship? Would there be stars on the other side? After moments of silence, waiting, listening, there was no sign that he was in a moving vehicle of any description. Unless that vehicle was a spaceship, of which case he could only guess at how it would sound. Suddenly, Robert felt more tired than he had ever felt before. Too many questions. Too few answers. That just left the door. To his immense surprise, it protested loudly but willingly opened. If that was his mysterious captor's idea of security, it was laughable. But the strange, ultra-realistic facsimile of a human house that greeted him was not the cold, sterile hallway he had been expecting. It looked like an actual living room, even if the finer details were wrong. It had stuff everywhere, as though trying to cram everything Earth-related into the same space. And a pantry. There were containers of every description occupying every available horizontal surface. As Robert looked at the incredulous scene. He spotted the one thing in the gloom that didn't belong. An alien, humanoid, sparse, fine white feathers hanging unkemptly in all directions from its scrawny body, as it lay face down on one of the lounges. Dead, if the sickly sweet smell was anything to go by. Probably for a few days or so. Robert's heart was pounding against his ribcage with full force, his mind jumbled trying to process what he was seeing. An actual alien. He had to check. It was obviously dead, but he needed to know. To be right after all these years of being called a loony for his beliefs. A few cautious steps, and a single finger prod. It felt real, all right. It's some of his decaying flesh sticking to his finger and the horrid sensation imaginable. Morbidly curious, he held his hand up to what little light was coming over his shoulder. It was yellowish and sweet-smelling, having rotted to a sickly, near-liquid state. He was about to prod it again harder when it stirred, causing Robert to jump back in alarm. A pair of unfocused but clearly predatory eyes appeared, pointed in his direction. A barely coherent voice broke the quiet. Awesome party, Rob. Why am I covered in honey and feathers, and what are you doing in the laundry? What? What was that? Lavella, if there's any triggers that you want, or if you want a specific style of story, a genre, fantasy, sci-fi, I don't know, any keywords I can plug in here, please let me know, and that'll be my thank you for being so sweet and so kind today. I appreciate you. Howdy, how are y'all? I hope the week's been awesome. Call me Eagle. You have a cool voice. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, week's just starting. It's been good so far. Can't complain. I need to refresh my coffee here in a bit, but we'll wait a moment. Hope you're well too, though. Let's see. You playing Power Wash them? Oh no. Terraria. I've not played either of those. All I've been playing recently has been Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy 14. That has been it. I get the chance usually 4 to 5 hours a night, weekends. I feel ya. Is there a specific genre of stories that you guys want to hear? Currently we're in sci-fi. We're doing sci-fi short stories. There are, Isla. Some very lovely person decided to do it on me today. Play a variety of games, but I just want to chill out. That's fair. How are you doing today, Isla? Yay, you me. You me. Yahoy. Yahoy. Let's see, we'll find another story. Tired? Showered? Yeah, I need to shower today. I need to work out. I keep putting it off. I was doing so good, but I've been so busy. Oh no, time traveler stuck in 1800s hears someone humming a Beatles song. We might. That would sound somewhat interesting. We'll open that on the back. The Art of Broken Pieces. An antique stiller uses a haunted teacup that stores memories to try to reconnect with their old lover and history. Okay. This one sounds ominous, so I'm just going to go with that. The genesis of the thing. Hoping it's not about the... Okay, no, it is based on that. Let's see how long it is. And it's too long. Maybe we'll leave. Oops, sorry. The sci-fi portion of it. I'll just go back. Ba-ba-bum. This is a fantasy one titled The Child of the Moon. That sounds interesting. Once upon a time, in the world that came before, and the world that was to be, in a time long forgotten, and in a time long awaited, there was a boy who lived alone in the moon. He languished there in solitude and without purpose, empty, for the moon was forever lifeless and gray, without distinction, and without contrast. And so, the boy was well known, not distinction, what? And so, the boy was as well knew, not distinction and contrast, knew not love or hate or joy or sadness or anything in between. For how could a boy learn of such things in a land so devoid of everything? Thus, the boy existed. Blind and deaf and mute and unfeeling and still, with the cold stone around him. He saw nothing with the eyes that had never opened. He heard nothing with ears that had never listened. He touched nothing with his hands that had never held anything. And felt nothing with a heart that did not beat. Yet, one day, someone suddenly appeared to him. Dear friend, a girl of flame called from the rays of the sun, with a grin brighter than any star. Come and meet with me, for company is sweet and an open ear, even sweeter. But the boy does not understand, for here in the vast expanse of nothingness, there was nothing the boy wished to tell, nothing the boy wished to convey. Nothing the boy wished to say. Confused and yet curious, the boy asked her, "Why must we speak?" Dear friend, the child of dawn laughed. Is that not a bleak question? Surely it is better to ask, why must we not? And so they spoke, and they answered questions of their worlds, questions of existence, and questions of each other. The child of the moon, once endlessly silent, now draws breath after breath for every uttered sentence. He speaks and speaks and speaks until the light fades and the girl bids him a peaceful sleep. I'll return upon the morrow, she said, waving goodbye with a bright smile as she flickered away. Tomorrow, he said. The next day, true to her word, the girl came again. Dear friend, the child of the dawn called merrily from over the horizon. Come and sing with me, for a song shall surely bring a smile to your lips. The boy frowns. He is confused once more, for how could one who had never felt happiness or sorrow or bliss or anger know what it is to express such things? So, the boy asked, "What is a song?" Oh, dear friend, The girl smiled knowingly. If you wish to know what makes a song, then you need merely shout your heart to the heavens and let all listen to what comes. And so they played. And they sang. The girl laughed and danced with their harmony. Grand wings of radiant light burned with such otherworldly beauty that the boy cannot help but watch her. And as he does, the child of the moon, once endlessly called, felt his lips slip into the bare shard of his umbrella. Yet, as she had done before, the girl bids him farewell upon the arrival of twilight. "I'll return upon the morrow," the child of dawn said with a tired grin, disappearing into the orbs of light, like foam on a seashore, as he raised a hand and waved goodbye. "Tomorrow," the child of the moon said in turn, and wondered when it was that he began to notice the suffocating silence that he felt upon the barren moon. The next day, as promised, the girl came once more. "Dear friend, dear friend," the child of the dawn greeted him, a halo of light breathing her arrival. "Come and fly with me, for the realm beyond awaits discovery." The boy hesitated, for how could someone who had never gazed at the horizon know what it was to wonder what waited on the other side? How could someone who had never walked understand how to stand and leap and seek the mysteries that lay past light and dark? So the boy asked, "Where should we go?" "Oh, dear friend," the girl took his hands into her own. "An adventure has no true need of a destination." And so they rose, and they soared. Wings of dust gathered and spread over the boy's back, as hand in hand with his friend, they raced across the cosmos. And as they do, the boy, once as stoic as the cold stones of the place he called his home, set his eyes upon all creation and, with bated breath, he greeted the sun and the heavens like old friends, marveled at the birth of a star, and mourned at the death of a world. On and on, they dashed through all of existence on flickering wings. Yet, as was expected, when they returned upon the dim light of a weary sun, the girl bids him farewell. "Goodbye, dear friend," the child of dawn said with a sad smile, stepping back and disappearing with the dusk. "Tomorrow?" the child of the moon asked hopefully, alone on the gray moon as the girl faded away. Yet, when the new day came, no sign of the girl came with it. Alone again, the boy looked towards the horizon as he had always done. He gazed at the heavens and knew something was lacking. He gazed at the stars and could not understand why they were silent. He gazed at the once bright cosmos and wondered when its grandness had become so faint and muted. Questions raged in his mind, and eventually he realizes that he would not get his answers here. The boy stood, his wings spread, gleaming in the light of the day like a kaleidoscope, and with a single, unexplainable longing in his heart, he takes flight once more. He climbed higher and higher until the sun itself notices his rise. "Child of the moon," it called for the boy, "for what reason hast thou abandoned thine home?" "I wish to see my friend." "And yet she is gone, spirited away to the veil beyond time, to the world across our own, to a place we cannot reach. Knowing this, dost thou still wish to seek her?" "I do," the boy answered without hesitation. see. Just as the child of the dawn has taught thee of companionship, so too hast thou learned of loneliness. Just as she had taught thee of happiness, so too hast thou learned of grief. Just as she has taught thee of thine heart, so too hast thou learned of thyself. The sun wept in sympathy. Oh, misfortunate child of the moon, hear mine humble self. Though thine friend is far, not all hope is lost. She waits still in the realm beyond realms, asleep and frozen within the threads of time, bound and imprisoned in a place that both exists and does not exist. Shouldst thou reach her, only then will she awaken once more. How do I find this place? The boy asked desperately. Thou must search. Search without end, without falter. Strive and struggle with all thine might to reach that impossibility. Never waver in thine faith in her. Believe that just as thou seekest thy friend awaits thee in thine own arrival. Then, and only then, may thou reunite with the child of the dawn. And so, with still in his eyes and hope in his heart, the boy thanks the sun and flies away. Relentlessly, he pursued the dream, believed that just as he sought her, she awaited him. Even as aeons passed and the stars of old were swallowed by oblivion, the boy continues to search for the girl. He sailed across the universe with wings of stardust, a journey that was perhaps without end and without rest. And yet, he continued, regardless. Hey, nice. I liked it. That was nice. Eloise. Nyahoy. Nyahoy. Thanks to Twitch, who's saying to me only now that you're streaming. Classic Twitch. Must have gotten right into here. I was sleeping. You're very nice to listen to, and your model's very cute. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, what kind of bagel? What kind of bagel you got? I like everything bagels. Those are my favorite. Bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel? Delicious. Thank you. I could hear it in my sleep. Oh no. Sorry. I think it was on the radio in the last stream I was having. I was very confused when I woke up for a minute or so. Poor thing. What's up? It was kind of sad. It was, but it was like, I don't know. It was kind of bittersweet in a way to me. Oh no, I'm sleepy. I stretched too much. I stretched too big. Oh no. Okay. Vel has a great taste in rating people. Love the voice, vibes, and model. Hee. Thank you. Thank you. We can definitely spend a moment, not too long, but just a little moment, chatting with each other. If you'd like, if there's any questions you want to ask, or yeah, if you just want to get to know each other a little bit, I'll do some tappies and just sit here and chat for a short moment. Oh no, I forgot I spilled coffee all over the back of this. There's like the tiny part of it that's sticky. Favorite coffee? I drink my coffee black. I like it black and I like dark roast. I unfortunately don't have the luxury to have like fine quality divine stuff. So like just, something that's easy enough to have, get access to. That's dark and black. I like it. It's enough for me. What about you? What do you like? I know Sue here drinks some high fancy stuff. She's promised to make me a cup in time and show me what real coffee is. So I'm excited to find that out. I know. A funny story about myself? Oh no. Now there's pressure. I don't know. I don't think anything good comes to mind. It's okay, it was kind of cool, but I was unsure what was happening when he started greeting people since I was sleeping on the couch. Couch sleeps, though, sometimes some of the best. Absolutely. Hopefully it was a good little nap. Does she have all the need for coffee? Wait. Yes, she does. Con stories? I mean, there's nothing really notable about the con. Dressed up in a maid outfit, which was kind of fun, but also nerve-wracking at first. But it was nice. It was nice. I got to dress up and feel kind of cute. We went with a streamer friend, another VTuber by the name of Mineral, and they had this thing. It was like DDR called Step Mania. So we were both dressed as maids doing Step Mania, and yeah, that was enjoyable. That was fun. Yeah, there's a fun story, I guess. Maybe not funny, but still fun. I don't know. Maybe imagining me dressed up like a maid is a little bit funny for you. I don't mind black coffee. I just prefer coffee with a little bit of milk. Easier on your body and brain. I love DDR. I miss it so much. Remember when it was such a prominent thing? Just everywhere, every arcade you went to, always a DDR machine. They had the pads and everything at home. You could just go pretty much anywhere and get them. Go to any EB Games or GameStop and be able to get everything that you need to play DDR. I miss that. I miss those days. That was like the best form of cardio. I loved it. Nowadays I have to ride a bike or go swing a mace or something. That's significantly less fun. I would like to, if I had more space and more money, like definitely getting one of the fancy DDR pads and the same Step Mania for the laptop, but that's so far off. That's so far off. For my next con, I want to cosplay. We have one coming up fairly soon, and I'm going to be going as Chozo from Jujutsu Kaisen. I was going to go as Megami from Konosuba. It was going to be me and a bunch of other guys dressing up as the girls, and Eggy dressing up as Kazuma. But they decided they didn't want to do that, like not last minute, so I had time to kind of shift. But I knew that I wanted to be like a kind of cute character, so I'm like, Chozo has the vibes to me, like still like masculine in a way, but also very soft and cute, and I like that. I think it's a very nice combination. And also I'll be like significantly more covered up and won't have to wear a short skirt, so that's cool. That's cool. Coffee is quite nice. Poor Annie. Poor Annie in the terrarium. Coffee's not for everyone though. I get it. I miss DDR so much. Yes. I have an Xbox with it on. Oh. But I like the machines. The machines were so cool. I always felt like self-conscious as a teen going to the mall. Because like, you'll go and like, yeah, you can play on heavy mode. But then you get some guy that does like both of the pads and is like literally dancing and doing wild stuff. It was so cool. It was such a cool thing to experience. I want to go with Kuma from Danganronpa for the next con. That's a game I know Aggie has played. I started watching the anime, but I couldn't get into it. That's the evil bear thing, right? I think. I'm not sure. Enlighten me. Jojo's baby, indeed. Mm-hmm. I gotta get my Stepmania and Dance Mat out. You have it, Yumi? You know what? I might be accepting that offer to live under your bed. If it means I get Stepmania and coffee. Yeah, okay, let's go. Black and white bear. Oh, no bounties, Sue. No bounties. This is my European EU passport thing. He's gonna marry me so I can be a European. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that nice? And then I can see you more often. I couldn't get past light, but that was enough for me. Being able to get all the way through the songs was more important than difficulty. I just like played it obsessively, and it was so silly because I would like glomp around. I looked like a little monkey man, as a little kid, a little monkey kid, like Zidane. Maybe it was intentional. I've always loved Zidane from Final Fantasy IX. That's always been like peak character for me. I watched the anime and I missed playing the game. The game seems cool. Like, it was nice seeing like little bits that I got to see. Who's gonna make? Listen, Yumi. I need EU citizenship. And you know what? Let me become a citizen of your country by marriage, and so then I can go and see everyone and hang out with everyone. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read another story now. This was titled, "My Wife Doesn't Really Like My Roommate." I mean, listen, you don't have to. It's fine. It's fine. I shot my shot. It's okay. I'm not gonna force you. Odd question, but where are you from? America. Make a hamburger country. Nice. Please tell me someone gets that. It's not obscure at all. Please tell me somebody gets that. Fine. You're begrudgingly marrying me now, Yumi? Alright. Fine. It's fine. It's a VR chat meme. It's cool. It's fine. It's cool. Oh. Fine. Yes, Eloise. I imagine it in your voice always. My alarm goes off, demanding my return to drudgery. You can still live under my bed. Eggy, Sue, Eloise, and Issa will sleep on the extra mega comfy big bed with me. Okay. I mean, I might still one or two of them occasionally, but yeah. Yeah, this is true. There's a danger. I slap the snooze and stare hopelessly into the ceiling, delaying the inevitable. I'm not a morning person. My girlfriend and longtime roommate is already up and dressed, perched on the stand next to me, taunting me awake as she always does. Wake up, sleepyhead. I groan and shift myself up. One step at a time, I guess. Same as every morning. You are just an irate bore when you wake up. You know that? That's why I appreciate your help. I grumble and kiss her deeply. You got me pretty sore this time. I chuckle. I didn't hear any complaints last night. She smiles coyly. But yes, you were quite into me. I smile back grumpily, I'm not so young anymore, but she has always kept herself with an inviolable grace, charm, and beauty. Her arousing duties alone, she flits over to the doorway and hunks the corner. Are you gonna join me tonight? She poses at the door jamb, knee up and arm reaching, stretching towards the ceiling. I don't know. We'll see. I grunt. She blows me a kiss and disappears. I haul myself to the shower. Nakyanyan. Nakyanyan. Yahoy. Yahoy. What are you guys saying? She blows me a kiss and disappears. I haul myself into the shower. I stand under the searing stream. It's belting. Listen, but I wouldn't be under the bed, you know me. I wouldn't be under the bed. I would be with someone, maybe. Just a little bit. If I'm wanted. I will. What? Did that just play for me? Because that's odd. What's up? How are you doing? Yahoy. Yahoy. Okay. I stand under the searing stream. It's melting. Penetrating heat, resuscitating my body. My wife comes into the bathroom and leans against the wall. Moments pass. Either she doesn't know what to say or is daring me to speak first. Is she gone? I sigh, leaning against the wall of the shower, butt dressed by my head. The water pours over my head and neck, rolling down my back. My body is waking up, and function will arrive soon. Yeah. She stands there for a while longer. I didn't mean to wake you. I was just checking up on you. I'm fine. Same as always. Nothing has changed. I'm glad. Have a good day, love. She resigns herself to the bedroom to sleep in the morning. After a hot 20-minute shower, I feel human enough to begin. A glass of water, some breakfast, and I'm off to work again. I've known Genevieve for 16 years. She was around at the house a lot when I was in my teens. She was really more in my brother's ring of friends at first. In fact, my brother had a bit of a crush on her, and they dated for a few months. She grew up in the UK, and her parents were from the Netherlands. I could never quite place her accent. The leg end of the bed? Are you putting me at the bottom of the bed? Katsu. Katsu. I could never quite place her accent. I don't know how she ended up in our little town, but we were all glad she did. Genevieve was adventurous and charismatic, but remarkably mischievous. At her best, she could be sweet, encouraging, and refreshing, put you right at ease. At her worst, she could provoke us to some of the most spectacular and stupid of stunts, many of which we were still fondly remembering. It seemed all of us, guys and gals alike, had a better time when she was around. I don't think it's gonna happen, Isla. Lunchtime comes and I head outside to my car. It's a beautiful day, and I'd rather eat in the parking lot than deal with the COVID-19 measures in the canteen. I open the sunroof and watch the clouds stream by. I finish my lunch and go searching for some napkins in the center console. Then Genevieve shows up. She sometimes joins me on my lunch breaks. I get a little nervous with her around like that in a public space, especially at work. She thinks I'm being paranoid, and nobody would notice if it was really her. Besides, it's really none of my coworkers' business who I choose to spend my time with. We get talking. I want a kiss, she pouts. I'm not giving you a kiss, I smirk. She's such a tease. I'm serious. I get a good morning kiss when you wake up. I want to send you off from lunch feeling good. What if people see? I don't want to be seen with Genevieve at work. Everyone here thinks I have a normal relationship with my wife. What if they start asking questions? But I want one really bad. She leans over towards me, squeezing her arms together, tempting me with her cleavage. I never ceased to be amazed at what age had done to the crude, impish girl I grew up with. She was now full-bodied with supple curves, and from the view she was giving me, a tremendous depth. The sweet herbal spice of her perfume drifted out to me. Was it any wonder I was an adulterer? Just one. I crumble and I bring her close, drinking her in, sucking her lip and piss. I'm about to leave when she grabs me by the tie, pulling me back. 2, she whispers, and I can't resist. She's so beautiful, so intoxicating, and I can't control myself. I wipe my mouth and hope no one can smell the sweet forest of her fragrance on me. It shouldn't be a problem with all these masks that we have to wear. My lunch break is over, and I head back to work. I feel wonderful. I was 17 when my mother passed. Car accident. It was just turning colder and black ice had formed in the shade. The shadow masking the danger. Eloise, I don't know if I told you if you were around. Whenever it happened, I read babukas. Look at those babukas. I don't know if you saw the ASMR on YouTube, but if you want to download it, it's on the Ko-Fis as well. Just so you know. I was promised her passing was immediate, but saw the footage of how desperately the emergency responders scrambled to pull her body from the wreckage up from the ravine. The days flew by. There was the funeral. Family came in from all over. Lots of grief, mourning, and offers of support. It all seemed an instant. Rushed, gray, hollow. I took a whole month off of school. Every day, getting out of bed was the hardest thing to do. I just didn't care. I was a homunculus, a lifeless machine of dull, relentless, grinding hopelessness. For weeks, I went on like this. I didn't want to do anything. I lost weight. I would take showers standing motionless under the hot water, stunned at the sensation because it was the only one I was aware of feeling. I would lose track of time until the water ran cold. I had to go back to school, but I didn't want to. The weekend before I was slated to return, some of my friends stopped by and Genevieve was with them. They dragged my carcass out for a bit of socialization, but I didn't really speak much. I felt like spare baggage, and even guilty because they had done all of this for me. Everyone felt the choked air, filled with the loss of my mother. She had been good to all of them. Yet the time of 4 deep mourning was past, and however sad, we had to learn to live again, bearing that hurt. I started to feel a little better with some of the common antics showing back up, but it was all over too soon, and I prepared to head home, to shrink back inside my shell to force myself through another day. As I was leaving, Johnny spoke up. He and Genevieve were remarkably similar in personality, yet they strangely didn't mix well. I think it was because Johnny smoked. You've been awfully quiet tonight. Is everything okay? Yes. I'm fine. Really, I am. Thanks for getting me out. put his hand on my shoulder. Nah, that's tough. If you need to talk, we'll be here. Thanks. I'll remember that. I appreciate it. I wanted to go and I really didn't think Johnny could make me feel any better. I had taken a few steps when one of the girls spoke up. But Johnny might be a little bit too rowdy and unsympathetic for consoling, and maybe Genevieve could bring you back to earth a little bit. Johnny had made up his mind and snapped his fingers. I'm going home with Jenny. I protested. Genevieve shrugged. We had never really spoken one-on-one, and I wasn't ready to talk to someone I didn't know on that level. Johnny grabbed my hand firmly and placed it in hers. Immediately, I felt a warmth spreading through my chest and my cheeks flushed red. She was a rowdy tomboy then, but in that moment, I saw how attractive she really was. But this wasn't the time and place for falling in love. Let's go, she whispered. I'll make sure you're not lonely and sad. Work is over and the day is still gorgeous. I feel tremendous. I pop into the car and Genevieve is waiting there, ready for the ride home. How was it? She goes. You were right, the time flew by. We sneak a quick kiss before I pull out my half-hour commute. Soon, I'm tearing down the highway at 70 miles per hour, radio blasting. Genevieve is beautiful, the weather is fine, and we're singing loudly above the noise of the wind. Suddenly, my phone rings. Enjoy the lurk. It's my wife. I look over at Genevieve, roll up the windows, and motion for her to be quiet. Hello? Small talk ensues. How was your day? What's for dinner? Do I need to stop anywhere? I get chatting about the beautiful day, how smoothly the afternoon went at work, how good I felt. Is she with you? My wife interrupts. I freeze. I can tell. You only talk like this when you're with her, she firmly accused. You promised not to spend any time with her until you came home and were with me. This is not what I intended. I am your wife. But now that you've already started with her, I'm going to lose my husband for the evening. Her voice sounds like she's trying to scold, but she's losing her composure. Let me drink some water really quick. I don't know how much more of this I can take. At first, she was just a friend, but it's become so much more. I snap. Genevieve and I go way back. She's been there for me through things that you couldn't believe. Yes, and I have to be there to comfort you when she's cruel to you. I didn't marry you to be second place. She's going to end us, then kill you. I growl. My wife was talking nonsense. She knew about my relationship with Genevieve when we first met. I mean, Genevieve practically introduced us. She's been my roommate for my entire adult life, and yet my wife wants me to just give up on one of the most valued friendships I've ever had. Just don't come home tonight. I can't bear to see her. My wife hangs up. I walked home from my outing with Genevieve in hand. We didn't speak much, but she exuded a warmth against the cool night, and her company made my feet drag less. After we got to my home, we went up to my room. Yahoy. Yahoy. Welcome in. I didn't really open up right away. I sort of forced myself to interact at first and focused more on her. Tried to learn more about her. And she was interesting. Impetuous at times, there wasn't too much to do in my bedroom, but she seemed to like the video games and television I did. She strummed on my guitar a bit, but I stopped her, worried about waking anyone up. We sat there, watching sitcoms and dramas, holding each other in the unlit room, volume down. It was cozy. I felt myself relax. We were binge-watching television series, and through the beauty of art and motion picture, I began to unwind. And Genevieve listened to my insights and encouraged me, slowly unwrapping my bindings until in one sudden movement, they slipped off. My heart, held in place by shock, fear, and loneliness, spilled out, and I wept. I cried, feeling so painful and profound. I was gasping for air. Hoarse, helpless sobs heaved my lungs, convulsed me, and shook me with all the sadness that I could never have thought was inside of me. And through it all, Genevieve understood. She showed me how I could feel again and comforted me until I slept. That's why she was so special to me, this amazing friend, this incredible lover. I could never leave someone who does that for me, who shows me how to live, how to feel. It would obliterate me if she were gone. I would feel hopeless without her. I need her in my life, and I haven't been without her since. The car speeds along, and I am almost to my exit. Hey, that's okay. She's jealous, and she just doesn't understand, Genevieve consoles. Give her all the time you need. I'll always be right here. Genevieve and I have taken breaks where she goes on vacation for a few weeks, long enough for my wife to get over herself, but we still need a few times a week outside of the home. My wife tolerates Genevieve at the best anymore. I don't know what changed. They used to be friends. She's gotten increasingly violent towards my best friend over the years, screaming at her, destroying her things, hurting her. I recall my wife assaulted Genevieve one night, and in a rampage destroyed her room and kicked her out. It kicked her out of my apartment. And I did nothing to stop her. I was too ashamed. And Genevieve always forgave me for being weak, for not defending her. She always came back. I didn't see her for nearly half a year that time, not until I started sneaking out to visit. I remember how my wife demanded that Genevieve not be invited to our wedding, but my friends had backed me up. Said we couldn't get the old gang together and not have her along. She relented and allowed Genevieve to attend the rehearsal dinner, but not the wedding. My best man managed to sneak her in for some well wishes before I went to the altar. I don't know how I could have married my wife without Genevieve's support. We've been through a lot together. Genevieve took that in stride, though, not a complaint for all the abuse and hate she took. Even when my wife set her hair on fire and I did nothing to stop the flames, she waited for me to come back to her. And that bond is tearing my marriage apart. This isn't the way home, Genevieve said curiously. She said not to come home, I replied. I roll past to the next exit. I'm warring with myself. Genevieve is getting antsy next to me. So, where are you gonna go then? She's clearly nervous. I look over to her. She is beautiful, comforting, colorful life itself, but she was slowly killing me. Everyone could see it. Like, she's draining the life out of me. I think we should stop seeing each other. Silence, then laughter. She mocks me. You can't be serious. How many times have you tried this now? To leave me? You'd be a wreck, a complete shit show. I reckon so. My eyes stare straight ahead and I grip the wheel intensely. You wouldn't be able to survive. To fill? To live? She prods, her brow is furrowed, her jaw clenched. My wife will help me. I try to ignore it, but I know the tantrum is boiling beneath. Has she ever made you feel anything? Anything like I have? Genevieve is cutting deep, and she's not the sweet angel I fell in love with, but her voice is now burning, full of bile. I glare at her. I pull off the highway and take a few turns. She hates it, even if I say nice things about her. She's a miserable woman. You wouldn't even know how to love her if I didn't teach you first. She reaches over and grabs my chin aggressively. Let me fucking remind you, you stupid ass. She tries to kiss me, and I swat her away. She persists, and I push her off. I pull into a parking lot and stop the car. Genevieve's eyes open wide, and that's when she realizes where we are. How dare you? She growls. After all I've done for you, have you forgotten how much you love me, how much you love this? She motions to her body. How much I make you feel. She lunges angrily at me, forcing herself on me, plowing her tongue into my mouth. I can't escape her onslaught of fury, her desperation, and as I cough and choke, I feel even my soul being smothered. It fills forever, this mad affection. This beautiful and hideous lover. Sweet and vile. Then all goes black. It feels like hours before she is nearly spent and rolls off me weeping. I heave a few gasps, but the world starts spinning. The whole attack leaves me viciously ill, and I stumble out of the car, fall into the grass and vomit. My head expands a dozenfold, inside of my skull absolutely pounding. I'm a mess. I feel like I'm walking in a nightmare, but my attacker is lying in the passenger seat, no longer the goblin trying to drown and suffocate me. I offer her and turn to leave, but she lunges at me once more and grabs my arm. Please, don't leave me, she pleads. And it's a gut-wrenching, desperate, pathetic plea. I just want to love you. She still has a little left in her. She clings to me hard, trying to make me stay, holding me from walking away. I am everything to you. I am everything about you. You were broken, and I healed you. I dragged you out of hell itself. Her rant escalates. I showed you who you could be, who you could become. You dreamed bigger than you ever dreamed before with me. Her voice becomes hollow, ringing with a deep resonance, yet with a straining whistle. I showed you how to be unafraid. As long as you had me by your side, you felt like you could do anything. I introduced you to amazing and beautiful people. I showed them how incredible you can be. You're funny, witty, charismatic, because you put all your fears on me. I understood you. I loved you when you couldn't be loved by anyone. I made you, she bellows defiantly. I pause for a moment. Then, in a spark of hatred and determination, I haul her out of the car and beat her head against the door. We are both in shock at what I've just done. I made you, she protests, weaker than ever. Her face curls in pain and anger, and she starts clawing and scratching at me, cutting my arm. But it's only spite at this point. She knows she's defeated, for now. And finally relents and follows. I drag her, blood streaming down my arm, into the building and through the downstairs hallway, to a sterile-lit small room with a ring of folding chairs half filled. Genevieve is weeping again. My eyes are tearing up too. We take seats, holding hands. I don't want to do this, she whimpers. I don't want to do this. I squeezed her hand firmly. In anger and hopelessness. A kind-faced woman turns to me with a look of concern and fetches a towel to wrap my arm in. Welcome back. Would you reintroduce yourself? Some are new here. I see some familiar faces. It's been a while. Hi. I'm Nathan. And I look over, holding Jen in my hand, beaten and broken, sniffling quietly. And I'm an alcoholic. Damn. What a twist. What a twist. That was nice. That was nice. Not a comfy cozy story at all, but impactful as hell. It brought me down a little bit. It brought me down a little bit, but really good writing. And man, that twist, really well done. Really well done. I'm a little bit shocked. Just a little bit shocked. Mana mana mana. Mana mana mana. Mana mana mana. Okay. Anyway, we drink some water. I'm gonna go to the Be Right Back screen for just a moment. All I'm gonna go do is pour a little bit of coffee. Literally take 2 minutes. It's just stepping out to another room. If you would like to take this moment to grab yourself, refill your coffee, make some tea, get a beverage or something to eat. Wonderful. Nice. Please take your time to do that with me. If you have another stream you want to watch or things you have to get done, I stream 9 to 12 EST pretty much every weekday. I do have Blue Sky if you want to kind of see what I'm up to and follow me there. I'll stop that now and go make coffee. I'll be right back. not too bad. Fairly painless. Sorry. Yeah. I need to fix that, Ayumi. I need to fix that. That's a me issue. That's a me thing. Yeah, it was, right? Yeah. Unfortunately, though, the coffee was at the. It's been sitting there since, I don't know, roughly 6. So for about almost 5 hours. Eggy took like the last good cup and left like the tiniest bit at the bottom of the pot. So it was getting burnt. And I know it's just gonna taste horrible, but it's still coffee. And that's great. But while that cools down, look for another story and chat with you guys in the meantime. Coffee is coffee. At the end of the day, it's better to have some sort of coffee than no coffee. Yeah. I want to try to find something a little bit lighthearted, but it's really hard to tell what's going to be lighthearted. I've drank coffee that's been sitting here for... What do you mean, Naomi? Like that's been sitting out? No. Thank you, Sue. Thank you. I close my finger in my box of tea bags? That doesn't sound great. Is it a new emote, Isla? Let me look at it. Oh, that's nice. I like it. Good job. Very well done. Tell me, was not happy? Yeah, I bet not. When I was a teen, I got like a Little Caesars pizza. It was summertime, and up in their attic is kind of like where we had like the jam room. So we were like sitting up there writing music, like for 2 or 3 days, and it was like a big house. They always had people over. I'm fairly antisocial, especially more so back then. So like I never wanted to go into the kitchen, or just like walk past people, be around people. So pretty much camped out up there and snacked on attic pizza for like a day or two. It wasn't the best choice. I didn't get sick somehow. And maybe that speaks to Little Caesars' a love of preservatives that they keep in their stuff. But yeah, weird times. So I can, you did it with drinks, and I did it with food. And neither one was a good option. Neither one was a great choice. But here we are. You did it too? Oh, with coffee, Sue? And you're a biologist? Look at me getting validated. This is great. With food too? Okay. All right. Yeah. Yay. My wife's. There's one called Life After, which you could check out. It's a great self-experiment. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. I think this is it's science fiction, which yay, great, it's the best. See how warm or cold this coffee is. It's titled "I'm a Scientist," and I had a dream last night that I wanted to turn into a short story. Infinity. Yeah, this is quite burnt. It almost tastes a little bit like popcorn, like the kernels. You know what I mean? That's weird. Yeah, like I guess it's just been sitting in the pot for that long with it at that level for like an hour or two. And just getting cooked. It tastes burnt, like burnt coffee and popcorn kernels. It's not wonderful. It's not wonderful. So that might be all I have with that. I don't know. Okay, let's see. It's the perfect length. Wonderful. I have no experience or training whatsoever in creative or fictional writing. And this is my first attempt doing anything like this, so any respectful or helpful input is appreciated. This is a work in progress, and to set the scene, these two scientists and explorers are entering a previously undiscovered room on a space station that was built by a long-dead race of beings. I don't use my coffee pot machine often. I use a pod machine. Yes, we did the pods before. But I think it ends up being cheaper to buy, like, just even whole bean coffee or just ground coffee and using the coffee pot, because I drink a lot of coffee. I'm going to have, like, in the mornings 2 to 5 cups. But we got a good deal on one. I think it was normally like $50 or $60 for the thing, and it was on sale for $30. We're like, yeah, that's great, because the one we had previously started to break. And within the matter of maybe 2 months at most, the thing started having problems with how it processed stuff. It pretty much just, after 3 months, broke and it's not usable. So it sucks. So we're like, you know what? We're just going to go back to having a giant pot of coffee and, yeah, splitting that between the two of us pretty much. Okay, we're starting the story. Though it was represented using symbols not seen in any human civilization derived from Earth, the form and structure of the equation was unmistakable. It was Schrodinger's equation, that same differential equation that is intimately familiar to any physics undergraduate. While simple and elegant in form, it becomes impossibly complex when applied to anything more elaborate than a hydrogen atom. Despite this, given a proper mathematical description of the system, it has the power to describe the current and future evolution of any physical system, limited by probabilistic nature of the quantum realm. He edged closer to the plinth, and began to inspect the equations, running his finger over the symbols and muttering to himself as he proceeded across the panel. As he went, the symbols and numbers began to suggest a hint of familiarity to him. He strained to recall how, but the answers eluded him, like a splinter in his brain that cannot be extracted. He could feel the answer on the periphery of his consciousness, but it remained just out of reach. He knew that if he could only remember, the jumbled mess of symbols and seemingly desperate equations would coalesce into a neat mathematical formulation and relinquish their secrets to him. After what seemed like hours of puzzlement, though in reality only minutes had passed, it suddenly came to him. The many worlds theory, the imaginative if dubious idea first introduced in the 20th century by a physicist whose names he couldn't recall, postulated the existence of a universal formula to describe the totality of existence, and that every possible quantum outcome of every decision or probabilistic event is manifested in separate parallel universes. Though long believed to inhabit the realm of fiction rather than science, here it was laid before him in all its beauty and elegance. My favorite coffee bean is 32 per bag. See, that's what I'm talking about by finery. To me, finery is Starbucks Cafe Verona. That's yeah. Not I realize it's not the best, but that's just that's where I'm at. Of course, we have like a local cafe that I love, but we don't get to go to often enough. Their stuff's really good. It's like the one the one time I'll get like a cappuccino. You know what I mean? Like, oh, the one time I'll add milk. I would do that normally if I had one of those fancy machines, but I don't, and it sucks. I want one. Take me to live with you, Sue. Bleh. And make me coffee every morning. Nya nya, nya nya. As his gaze led him to the bottom of the panel, where one final equation was displayed prominently, he took a moment to consider its meaning in the context of the rest of the panel. As he began to piece all the elements of the display before him together, he could feel a tingle of exhilaration welling inside him. Unless he was mistaken, this was it. The universal wave function, the one equation to describe everything that is or will ever be. What use the ancient inhabitants of the station had for this theoretical curiosity, he was unsure. From information salvaged and translated from devices found here, many in the consortium believed that the station's purpose was to investigate the possibility of time travel, and certain clues suggested that they had been successful to some degree in achieving that goal. Given the level of technology displayed here, he didn't doubt it. The connection was too tantalizing for him not to consider. Harnessing the power of the universal wave function and the complete knowledge of the evolution of the universe. Could it be possible to return to the moment at which one universe split into many? As the full weight of this realization dawned on him, he let out a sharp gasp. The pounding of his heart was deafening. His breath coalesced into thick clouds of vapor suspended in the cool air, illuminated by the soft blue hue of the elegant equations laid before him. The glittering clouds seemed to freeze in time as his mind began reeling in the implications of his potential discovery. How many times had the historical or evolutionary trajectory of the human race been altered? Or, for that matter, that of the solar system or even the universe itself? How many winding paths through the infinite space of the alternate realities had been traversed? The entirety of natural and human history was but one thread in an endless web of possible universes. In the face of such hyper-astronomical realities, he was suddenly overcome with an overwhelming sense of existential insignificance, futility. He had been lost so deeply in his rumination that when his partner finally broke the silence, he was startled by the sound. It was as if it had been decades since he had heard a human voice. "What is that?" Eliana whispered, gesturing to the grand equation at the bottom of the panel. Given her almost reverent disposition, he assumed that she had reached the same conclusion he had regarding the equation and was in similar awe of his potential. He leaned forward and inspected the symbols. After scanning the lines momentarily, he noticed what had attracted her attention. A particular symbol, buried within the mess of variables and constants that were recognizable to him, appeared several times. What's more, it was a symbol that was previously unknown to him or any member of the research consortium. So far in the exploration of the facility, no trace of this particular symbol had been identified on any panel, door, or in any file. A novel symbol, to be added to the growing body of knowledge on this long-dead, inconceivably advanced civilization. Yesterday, this discovery alone would have been reason enough for celebration and hours of understrained and giddy conjecture before more stringent semiotic analysis could be carried out by the other members of the consortium. Now, in the context of the equation itself and what it represented, it seems but a minor curiosity. Still, the symbol's prominence in the equation implied its obvious importance. In what capacity? He was unsure. But it was a question that was certain to occupy his every waking moment until an answer was revealed. Okay. I hope you science mommies enjoyed that one. guessing me, Sue? No. It used to be cheaper prior to the tariffs. Oof. It's Top of the Morning brand by Jacksepticeye. Are you a fan of Jacksepticeye, Sue? Look at my partner drinking coffee. If that says anything. Nice. Yes. Yesing you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. I watched him a lot 10 years ago. Oh. Huh. I don't watch his content just like the coffee. I know there's I don't know what he uses to ship it, but I know there's like a drop shipping coffee company that handles like a lot of popular brands and stuff. You just might be able, if you can find out what kind it is, be able to get it for cheaper. If you go through them, like you're trying to sell it yourself, set up your own drop shipping company to sell yourself coffee. I don't think that would work. Actually, no, that wouldn't work at all. That would just be a waste of money. Because they don't, yeah, never mind. That was a horrible idea. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me at all. Two people corroborating it. I'll be going, but I just want to tell you your voice is fantastic. Thank you very much, and thank you for being here. It's greatly appreciated. Enjoy your day. Use my art money? You do art as well? I must have missed that if you've mentioned it. Sue is also an artist. So is Yumi, and Eloise, and Isla. And they're all very, very good. All very good. Isla has mind farts though. And those are the most blurst things in existence. Wonderful, wonderful things. I do emotes for some close streamer friends. You sound like Sue. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, I'll get to see some Eloise art today. That's what I'm probably doing right after stream. Indeed. Very lucky me. Get to set up my guitar. I don't know what kind of music I want to make today. I'm really torn between like trying to do something like soft and indie rock, but then like always black metal is going to be fun and just what I'm drawn to and what's natural nowadays, or melodic metal. But I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to land. I don't know what I want. I guess I'll figure it out. I wonder how black metal would sound to like an indie rock drum track, or like black metal drums with like indie rock. That's maybe a horrible idea. I might try. I don't know where I'm gonna end. I'll finish Freya or continue Cozy Commission. Ooh. Oh, have I seen the Cozy Commission? I know I've seen Freya. Honestly, I've been listening to a fair amount of Matchbox 20. Bro, it's been years. I grew up with that band. I love them so much. That's nostalgia music for sure. Oh man. That, and like, I didn't grow up listening to Deftones, right? But something about Deftones, like, especially the album Around the Fur, I think is the name of it. That one has such a nostalgic sound for me, despite not, like, growing up around the time, but not listening to it, you know what I mean? It's an odd thing. It's an odd thing. It has all the vibes. It's perfect. It's perfect. I've not seen it yet. Well, if you end up working on Freya, and you don't mind, show me what you've done with that. Please. Please. Seen. Mm-hmm. It would be seen, but I always understand you always. And if I don't, I seek clarification. You do so good. You do so good. Also, Eloise, we have to find a new alternative to Duolingo. It's fine. It's okay. It's alright to struggle. It's alright to struggle. You feel better? You feel better? Nya, 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 nya. Nya, 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 nya. Your voice is very soothing. It's making me tired. Waka, waka, waka. I'm happy that you find it soothing. But definitely if you're in the middle of something and you need to be awake, I won't hold it against you if you've got to go. But thank you very much. It's one of my favorite things to hear. It's so wild to me too, but I'm happy that people find it soothing. I'm happy that it's comforting. I can, for 1 to 3 hours a day, I get to bring minor comfort to people, and I think that's kind of beautiful, man. It's kind of nice. Yeah. 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 That's 100% the purpose of this channel. That's to, yeah. You've already heard it. I don't know why my mom's being so silly today. Yeah. Gucci time is... No, you're kidding. It is very sweet to hear, though. It's very sweet of you to say. I think that's part of the beauty of swimming. Yeah. Agreed. You do so many different things with it. And, you know, yeah, bring so many different vibes or things like that. So it is nice to have a space where I can just be relaxed. Be a happy little guy. Try to spread some of that. Or at the very least create a positive and good atmosphere. There it goes. I think I have the mics a little bit too close together. I got to find out a better setup down the road so that I can still talk into them and get close, but have it track me well. I'll figure something out in time, I'm sure. Or maybe I'll always be a little bit scuffy. Which is fine, I suppose. It'll be what it'll be. I don't know if this is relaxing. I don't know if this counts as ASMR. Let me try something. Yeah, I play guitar. I play bass. I I do vocals. I play drums, but I've never tracked my own drums. I'm really bad. I'm really bad at playing drums. Like, I usually use like YouTube drum tracks and write music around that. I can play keyboard too, but I don't have one and I'm also not great. Okay, I'll put it down. Okay. I used to play guitar and sing when I was younger, but slowly time slipped away. For a long time. I wanted to be a professional musician. And I started getting like, I'd been in and out of bands for years and years and years. But in the last one, I was a vocalist, a front man, if you will. And I don't know, it just wasn't for me anymore. I didn't like it. I wasn't having fun. The people I was with were very talented, but I didn't necessarily I don't know. I didn't vibe with them, and it just wasn't the same as it was. So I don't know. I'm just a bedroom musician now that does stuff for fun, and yeah, mainly just stuff for me and for friends. Don't really post too much of it, but yeah. I do love doing metal vocals. I have a buddy who has sent me I don't know if you're familiar with black metal, but there's a subgenre called depressive suicidal black metal that has like an iconic vocal style. That's why I bring it up. It's like really high pitched and shrieky and stuff like that. But I gotta lay down some tracks for that for him. And if he likes it, then I guess we have hopefully a little online project. Cause like, writing music is fun. But I do miss having and I've always wanted a partner that I can really get along with. I've potentially heard of it. Yes, it's not my favorite genre at all. It is what it is. Just like modern regular black metal is pretty cool with where we're at now, but yeah. Also admire that you could play guitar and sing. Something I've never been capable of. At all. I don't know what it is about it, but it's so unbearably hard. Even doing metal vocals, where you can get away with just kind of shouting, and you can get away with making incomprehensible noise. But it's hard. Simply playing power chords and yeah, I don't know. It's never been great, but hats off to you for doing that. I learned the skill on some basic songs, then developed my own stuff at one point, and got busy. That's how it goes sometimes, man. That's how it goes. It seems like getting busy has paid off, though. And it's also one of those things that you can always come back to. It's not gone. You just have to, and trust me, I know it's hard, but if you make some time for it, it'll come back just as strong, good, and fun as it was. It's never really too late. You can let 20 years go by and pick it back up, and you'll still enjoy it, more than likely. And it'll still come back to you. Yeah. I want to find a really short story. I'm pretty sure my brother broke my guitar. Oh no. What kind did you have? That sucks though. This is just an interesting title. And it's very short, so I think we're going to read it. But it's titled, it's a basic acoustic guitar. Fair. Okay. Pawn shops are a great place for any instruments. Like, usually find really great deals there. That's where I got my bass from. Or, like, all my basses. That's where I got them from. Also played piano and clarinet. I was a trumpeter. Ooh. Always, like, first and second chair. I moved around a lot, but in every school I went to, I was always first and second chair. And, went on to do, like, all-state and placed 12th in middle school. I kind of dropped it before high school. But I really enjoyed it. It was fun. It was really, really nice. I didn't appreciate the instrument for what it was then. Or, there was this lady, like, near the end of when I stopped playing, that was, like, a professional and was going to instruct me and stuff. And she gave me, like, you know, a lesson or two that was paid for. And then I was like, I'm not feeling it anymore. And she's like, why? I was like, I just want to play guitar. I like metal. And she was like, what if I waive the fee? What if I give you some lessons for free? I was like, I think I'm done with trumpet. I'm just gonna play guitar. Didn't appreciate that for, like, the very awesome and sweet, kind gesture that it was. And it's an instrument that I, oddly enough, miss. Definitely wouldn't want to play it with how small the room I am in is. But it was a cool instrument. It was nice. It was nice. I always wanted to learn saxophone. That seems like a really cool one. But there's something about woodwinds that I don't know. I could never play them, right? I can never get it down. Stop, Sue. I'm sure you're. I want to hear you actually play violin sometime, Sue. There's no pressure to do it, okay? But I did hear you strum on it a little bit. You don't miss clarinet? Yeah, fair. The keys for those instruments seem like so much. I feel like you could probably teach yourself to play trumpet, but I feel like teaching yourself to do a woodwind instrument would be a little bit harder. It is pain. I have a violin right next to me that is not stringed. I think I went through the story already, but yeah, I'm never picking up a violin again. If I get an endless flow of cash, I will definitely invest in a viola and definitely get lessons. I like viola. It's nice. Okay. This one's titled, The More You Talk to This Foul-Mouthed, Chain-Smoking Homeless Person, the more you're convinced he's God. I didn't think much of him the first time I passed him and gave him the leftovers of my egg and bacon sandwich. 5 months later, I sat down next to him and pulled out a cigarette. You want one? He nodded and took it from me. I took another and placed it in my lips while fumbling with the lighter I had bummed from the convenience store. People walked past us, wrinkling their noses and staying a safe distance. The last time I took a bath was a week in the park. It was getting colder now that winter was coming. I got kicked out, I said, pulling my hood up and rubbing my hands between my knees. He grunted in reply. Is that so? He found out about my boyfriend. I left my diary out. He chuckled and smoked a long one. I started crying. The tears mingled with the dirt on my hands, streaking over the calluses like ugly brown worms. I no longer looked at myself in the mirror, but today I had seen myself briefly in a donut shop window. My hair was matted and brown, and I had dark circles from months of bad sleep. Police uniforms haunted my nightmares when I slept under the bridges that smelled of piss. 2 nights ago, a man offered me $5 to do something I won't mention. Then he'd offered me $10 to let him do that very thing to me. Why'd the old man give you the boot? Asked the old man between puffs of smoke. I wiped the snot from my face. Why? Because he thinks I sinned. That's why. Because of his beliefs. Ah, the man said. Doesn't sound like he's a great guy. And he laughed again. Yeah, indeed. I'm sorry. I laughed a little now too. Oh, why are you sorry? I messed up, he said. I messed up and created a whole bunch of contradictions and messed you guys all up because of my selfish desires. He said that contradictions, like he used the word every day, and it surprised me enough, I stopped crying. I looked sideways at him, sitting against the piss-smelling brick wall near the trash bins at the back of Lucky's with me, and realized I'd never seen how blue his eyes were. Like while passing him walking home from high school, I'd always noticed his straggly Einstein hair and dark, swarthy skin, but he'd never been looking up. Now, though, that I was sitting level with him, I could see his eyes under his black beanie, and they were bright blue. Son, let me tell you a story, he said. Once there was a star, and it began to grow. It grew and became more powerful and intelligent, till it began to get lonely and bored. When it did, they decided it would make more copies of stars like itself, so it did. Those copies were imperfect, and therefore all flawed. They made stupid decisions and lived short lives, ephemeral lives. Over time, that original star lost hope of true friendship with another star like itself and became apathetic. But it can never die, being the beginning of all, and doomed to live beyond all. So, what did it do? I asked. It just said and watched everything go by, he said. And it waited. He turned and pressed something into my hand. Then he stood up and walked away. I opened my hand. In it was a calling card. My cat is sitting in her cat tree and staring at me. Nya nya, says cat. So, clarinets are so expensive because you constantly have to replace the mouthpiece. Yeah, I can't get the reeds. I never got the feeling of it. I never spent enough time really on them to. We would like play each other's instruments if we had free time in band and stuff. Could never play anything with a reed. I should have learned viola instead of violin. Same, Sue. Same. Piano is a handy instrument to know. Though I am no professional, I can play for fun. I'm right there with you too. Like, I can add layers and make cool sounding things, but I'm not going to be able to play any nice pieces, you know? Agreed, I know a couple of songs, but again, it's been a while. No, not enough to play for fun though. Need to pick it back up. Play for me. Play for me, Sue. My uni has a few pianos around campus, so I occasionally sit down and play. Oh, that's neat. Nice. Nya, nya. Nyahoy. Nyahoy. Hi, Miku. Miku, a stretch. It's 1 a.m. for you. It sounds like you need sleep. You have school tomorrow. I imagine. I have no clue, but take care of yourself, please. Please. You guys are up late. So late. Man. Thankfully, so far, I've not been having that, issue. It's great. That's usually me. Wonder why. Yeah, why is that so? You need to adopt a better sleep schedule. I have 2 to 4 hour practicals, but also have insomnia. Yes, I know that game very well, unfortunately. Hope it gets better. Sincerely. But back us up as 9, at least you're comfy cozy here for a little bit. Poor thing. Said while yawning. Go take a nap, Sue. Go take a nap. Go take a nap. Nap. Is this ASMR? Both of my cats have invaded my bed. Sleep schedule, he says. Listen, I have been sleeping the past couple of days. I don't want to hear it. I've been getting good sleep. Affiliate, am I? Ayo? Did we do it? That's very nice. That's cool. Yippee. Hey. Thank you, everybody. That's crazy. Sleep on your cats, it will be justice? No. I struggle to sleep alone, so I'll often stay up late. Sometimes my partner will snore. And, yeah, that'll keep me up. I usually game or watch sleepy videos on YouTube and come back to bed at the early AM. And also risk of no sleep later. Yeah, the fair. You need to stream for a number of days and time and stuff, but you have... Oh. Well, this is really, really great. Press F5. Sue? Ayo? 7 days, 8 hours, 50 followers, average of 3 concurrent viewers. You can get it sooner though if engagement is good enough. I think we're nearly at 7 days. Today might be the 7th day or the 6th. 59, nice, so close, Sue. That's crazy. That's wild. That's... done streaming. No, I'm a new streamer here. I'm a new streamer with this boy. This is like, I think this is episode 7, so this should be the 7th day. Yeah. And thanks to the raid of Lavella. Indeed. Very, very grateful for it. And for everyone that's decided to stick around and hang out. It's been nice, comfy, and cozy. Right? I've just gotten lucky, honestly, Ren. I've just gotten lucky and I have a really nice support system between my mods. And yeah, Yumi has definitely been helping. And Sue's been helping as well. And Eloise has been great too. I've been very, very fortunate with the people that I get to call friends. They're great. Yumi's teaching me about the social aspect of stuff, and is always so helpful with ideas. And in fact, and maybe this is way too soon to say it, the model that I'm using is a pre-made boy, but we might be cooking together. Yumi is also a streamer, so is Sue. But Yumi does a lot of art. She's an artiste, and she has also made her own model. So we might be making a custom model in time. For me, that'll be like a little bit more reflective of how I would want to customize it and personalize it. Although I love this model. I think it's really nice. But I have to learn how to make a mood board. I don't know how to do that. But yeah. So there will be like a model revamp at some point. Maybe. But yeah. I do like it a lot. I want something that's gonna make it even cuter. I have full trust in Yumi's abilities. She's very good. Very good. She has really cute models too. I think you're gonna do extremely well as a streamer if you've grown this fast. I certainly hope so. It would be nice. I'm hoping that do you stream every day? Yeah, well, not every day, but I do stream during the weekday from 9 to 12. I'm trying to maintain a consistent schedule. Although yeah, it's been going good so far. I'm generally on time. But thank you. I really want to keep the feeling that this one gives. I like the muted colors and the vibes and all that stuff. It's very nice. Just definitely want something soft and sweet, something that reflects what we do here. That's what matters. Yeah, Yumi's war model is peak. We came up with the idea. Was it just like this? We were just hanging out and talking a little bit. And she, jokingly, I was like, you should make a worm model. And she actually did. And the best little promo video for it, it was hilarious. She streamed with it the other day. It was a choice. And a good one. She did a great job. Would you love me even if I was a worm? She says. She's one of the streamers I watch. Her and Sue and Isla. Those are the main ones that I watch whenever I can. I'm usually busy recording stuff or, sometimes playing games and don't always have Twitch open, but always try my best to catch them when I can. Some of my favorites. And they're all sweet in their own way. And all pretty different too. They keep very interesting, talented, and wonderful friends. And they're all kind of cute too. I have Discord, but it's locked behind Ko-Fi membership. I have been playing Monster Hunter there, even though there's like 2 people. But still. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the Nightbot stuff, so it's no big deal. But yeah, there is a Discord, but it is locked behind membership. But there's also weekly ASMR uploads to make the $5 hopefully worth it. It might not be to some, and that's valid. That's fair. Was that just timing though? I think it might have been. I am going to be ending in about 10 to 15 minutes. If you know anyone like that does ASMR as well, with a good sound to raid, I don't think I have any ASMR friends. I don't think I have any friends that are streaming in English. I have a friend that's doing Finnish, but I feel like that's unfair to send you there. I do ASMR, but I'm not live now. I guess let me try to listen to some people. I could be streaming. You're not streaming though. I don't see you streaming. I mean, if you want to, so. Everything's 18 plus. I don't want that kind of ASMR. Let's do low to high. Because this was such a pleasant surprise. Let you shadow stream? Okay. What are you going to be doing? Yeah, it'll be my first raid. Oh, okay. So you're going to do some ASMR? Nice. Sue does legitimately. If you felt up to reading, I think that would be great. I think it would still fit the theme of what we're doing here, and I know it would be very comforting and comfortable. I know that for a fact, so I can definitely vouch for Sue reading. It's significantly better than finding someone I don't know anything about. I like the idea of supporting the people that are very sweet and kind to me, and that I absolutely can vouch for. What do you mean, Eloise? I just wanted to ask because I like your community. Me too. It's very much slowly forming, which is nice. It's wonderful to see. I've been, again, extremely, extremely lucky with the people that have popped in here that have decided to stick around and hang out. Been very fortunate with that. Part of the reason too for the membership thing is Shadow Stream will not be Shadow for long. Maybe. Maybe. It's like for the future, because I've heard people having issues with like trolls and stuff, and I don't really know how to set up any safeguards on Discord. So I kind of figured if someone's paying a monthly fee to be there, then that's going to discourage anything that's going to ruin the vibe, or anything that's going to harm people or hurt feelings or be overly inappropriate. That seems to make sense to me. But I should probably also definitely in the future look at like how to set up bots. I don't know any of this stuff. Maybe Eloise. Maybe. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Like me? Do you think I'm good? Okay. I think Sue is live now. So we're gonna get ready to her. Please make sure you eat something, drink some water, all that fun stuff. And I will see you tomorrow. Same time, 9 to 12 EST. We'll be hanging out and raiding and talking. Thank you so much for being here, and please enjoy spending time with Sue. Sue's raid settings don't allow me to raid at this time. Wonderful. You're very welcome. I'm gonna try to give her time to set that up really quick. Let me message her. Baby. Would there be any small ASMR artists out there streaming? We'll definitely look for the next one. I'm gonna give Sue a chance to try to fix it really quick, and we'll see if we can read her. If we can't, then we will definitely look for. I'll give you a little bit of time, Sue. I just don't wanna have people waiting too long. It didn't work, but there might be something that she can change on her end, because I would really like to read her and give people the chance to hear her voice and because she's one of my favorite people that reads whenever I can't sleep. Both, both her and Eloise will sometimes read to me. And it's always so sweet and so comforting, both of them. And, especially if some of these people are sleepy, or are sleeping, or just want to relax. It's, she's someone I completely stand by for the comfy, cozy vibes. And just how she is in general, too. For the most part on her streams. So it's very, very approachable, very kind, very soft. And I think that, I think it fits well. I think it fits well. So if possible, I want to give her a chance to yeah, be recognized and appreciated and seen. She's so nice. I love this the little backing music that we have. It's very chill. I kind of want to this where I wish I had a piano and knew how to play properly, because I think it would be so nice to make my own jazz. I've tried before in the past, but it's very clearly jazz from a metalhead. Jazz from a metalhead that's playing guitar and bass, and it ends up sounding overly aggressive or dark, because that's just kind of what I'm generally used to writing, that type of music. But I think it would be fun. I feel like piano would be a great instrument to learn, because I think it would change how I view music a little bit if I'm not just going by ear. Because everything I do, everything I play, and my compositions, everything's done by ear. I don't know a lick of music theory. Don't even really know how to read music anymore. It's been so long since band, and I could only apply it to trumpet. But I think learning piano would be really fun for that. Kind of break myself out of the writing rut that I've been in for years. I maintain that I haven't really improved, learned anything past my first 3 years of playing, when I was completely obsessed with it. Yeah. I just my playing's cleaned up a little bit, and the depth of the writing stuff has definitely improved. Yay. Okay, it's working. It's working. Thank you guys very much for being here, for hanging out, for pushing me to affiliate in such a short amount of time. It means a lot to me. I'm very, very happy how things have been going, and that you guys show up seemingly every day, and when you can. It's amazing. And it definitely keeps me motivated and happy to keep pushing things in this direction. Very beautiful. Read message? I don't know. Oh no. Cozy party. Sleepy, right? Is this? I don't know. We next time, tomorrow. We will definitely come up with a raid message together. I think that seems fun. And yeah, let's head over there. Cozy party sleepy raid. Let's go. Sure, yes, let's go. That works too, you and me.